y'all, it's Charlene from the Crafty Heart Shack, and we're here today with 5 cute little projects that are real easy to do. And if you haven't seen our last video, go check it out. It's right there. And let's get on with the video. Alright you guys, here we are with DIY number 1. You're going to take some of that black chalk paint from the Dollar Tree. Now I already started putting some black paint on my mousetrap. And you're going to paint the front of this and the sides in the black, and you don't have to worry about painting the back of it at this point because we're going to do some more stuff to this. Now if you don't know how to take these mouse traps apart, watch this video right here and you'll see how to do that. Okay, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to cut a piece of magnet to put on the back of this. Now how you know where the back is that's the side that has those little holes from where you took your mouse trap apart. Then you're going to want to have a little graphic to put on there. Now this one came off of Etsy, and I sized it down to fit my magnet. Now I'm showing you that I left it looking rustic looking, and that's the side I'm going to use. Now I'm going to take that and I'm going to put Mod Podge on this. Now you'll see me in a few minutes. You're going to want to take and put the matte Mod Podge, not the satin Mod Podge. Look at your bottles because they say 2 different things. And then you're going to put a generous coat of Mod Podge on it and lay it face down. Now my graphic is already reversed. Your graphic's going to need to be reversed for this project. Then after I do that, I spray it down. After it sits for 24 hours, I'm going to spray it down. Now it's really important at this point that you let this sit for 24 hours. Then you add just a little bit of water so that you can see the graphic coming through, and you start rubbing it off until you get it just like you want it. Then you're going to take your matte Mod Podge and you're going to go over it again. Now this is kind of going to be like a sealer, so you can wipe it down at a later time if you need to when cleaning. Now you're going to want to let this dry, and then once you let it dry, then the next step is we're going to embellish it. Now we're going to pull out parts to embellish this with. I cut a piece of pipe hanging stuff. You get it at Lowe's in the plumbing department, and I'm trying to decide where I want to put this on there, but I thought it made it look more rustic. So I'm going to use some multi-purpose cement to put on there, and that's going to help this stay on. You can use hot glue, but the hot glue is going to dry really fast on this, so I put this, and I also put, no I didn't do it. You can put hot glue on there with that too. Now I sat something heavy on mine for a few minutes, and then I took and put, made a jute bow, and I got me a button, and I got me some of that jute cord. Now this is all from the Dollar Tree. Now I'm going to put a piece around this first, and I don't want to go over my magnet, so I didn't wrap it around because that'll hinder it from sticking to the refrigerator or wherever you're going to put it. So you want to put it on, wrap it around, and I go over that metal piece that I got, and that is stuff that you hang pipes and plumbing with. And you buy it in Lowe's in the plumbing department. Now after I get this glued down, then I trim it off because you don't want it to be higher than your magnet that you put on the back, because if you do, then it's not going to stick to your refrigerator. And that's why you see me sitting there rubbing that down like I did, trying to get it away from that magnet. Now the next thing I'm going to do is glue my little bow on, and then I'm going to put the button on. And there it is, and that's so cute. And I made sure that you could still use your magnet. Now we want to take this time to give a special thanks to our subscribers. And on to DIY number 2. Okay, we're going to take this box. I got this at the thrift store. It says $1.99 or 99 cents, but it was half price or something like that. So I'm taking all the stickers off the bottom of it, and I cleaned it up, and then I got that graphic off of Etsy store. You guys go on Etsy. You can find a lot of these graphics fairly cheap, and you get a whole bunch of them with it. Now I'm going to use this Rust-Oleum linen white chalk paint to paint this. So yeah, I go to paint it with white, but then I decide I don't want it to be white first. I want it to have a country look to it, so I'm going to do black. So I get my black chalk paint out and put away the white because I decided I wasn't ready to use that. And then I'm going to paint my whole box black first. Then after that dries, I'm going to take and get glue. Now that's regular Elmer's glue that I'm using. I have it in a pill bottle so that, because I have a big jug of it, I just use it. I put some in a small bottle so I could use it. Now I'm going to go over my whole box with the Elmer's glue because we're going to create a crackle paint. Then after your glue has dried, you're going to take this Rust-Oleum linen white chalk paint and you're going to paint all the coats on it. Now if you notice, I'm only going try to go one direction because you don't want to work that glue, but you do have to let the glue dry first. And then you're going to want to go, if you go back up and down on the box, the problem is then you don't get as much crackle, and that's what we're trying to create, is that crackle look to this. Then after it's dry, you're going to, what I did next is I sanded all the edges of it because I wanted more of that black to show, and the crackle on some sides of the box was more than others because if you run your brush up and then you come back down over it, it kind of takes that crackle look away from it. So you really want to be careful when doing that. You don't want to do it like I did. Then after that, I took a baby wipe or a paper towel and I dusted all the places where I sanded it off. And then I'm going to take my little printout that I did. Now in order to do these printouts, you can't do this with an inkjet printer unless you do another step in there. This is done with a laser jet printer, and so what you want to do is you want to get out that matte Mod Podge and you want to put a coat on this box. I'm sorry, not a coat on this box. You want to put a coat on your graphic that you printed out, and you do want your graphic to be reversed. Sorry about that. I mixed up my words. So I put a little bit out on a plate, and then you want to make sure you get a real good coat on this and you cover all your corners because that's what's going to help your graphic transfer onto your project. Then once you get it put on there, then you're going to flip it over. You want to make sure you got every section covered. And then you're going to let it dry. Now what you see me doing here is I sprayed this down with water, and I got a little spray bottle. You saw it sitting on my desk for the other project that I did first. You're going to want to take and start spraying water till you see the graphic come through, and then you're going to want to rub. Now you just keep rubbing on that until it reveals the words. Now you don't want to rub too much, but see, like I rub some off and then I'm making sure I get the dark to show up. But if you rub it too much, you're going to rub the whole graphic right off of there too. So it's kind of like a fine line between it. So once you get it all off to according to your desire of what you want it to look like, you can keep rubbing on it until you get it like you want it. But again, be very careful because you'll rub that graphic off. And so then what I do is I take that matte Mod Podge and I'm going to rub it. I'm going to put some more on it and make sure I get a good coat over that graphic so that you can wipe this down when you're dusting your house or anything like that. That way it's cleanable. And I went ahead and did the whole box. Now on to DIY number 3. I got this little lime here at the thrift store and it was only 49 cents and I think I paid half of that. You're going to take and paint it with that Dollar Tree black chalk paint, and you're going to want to make sure that you cover it all with this. And now this will work for any tier tray sitter. Once you covered it, then I'm going to paint where I want my graphic to be white. Then I put it on, and then I took and did the whole wipe off method like I did in the last project, but if you notice, I wiped it too hard and wiped off my black chalk paint, so I had to go back and touch that up. And then you're going to put a whole coat of Mod Podge over the whole thing, not just your graphic, over the whole thing, because you need it. And then I put a little bow on it, and I took the lighter and got the fuzz off, and you guys, this turned out so cute. And there it is. Now on to DIY number 4. Now this is a butter dish that I got from the thrift store. It says 99 cents, and I paid half of that. And what I'm going to do is the same method I did with the other, but this time I'm going to paint the inside of the dish with black, that black chalk paint from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to put it all over the inside of it. Then I'm going to let that dry. Once that gets completely dry, I'm going to take that Rust-Oleum linen white chalk paint, and I'm going to paint both sides of this. So you got to do one side, let it dry, flip it over, do the other side. And you guys, this is going to hold my jewelry in my bathroom when I go to take a shower, or you could place it at the kitchen sink. Mine, the word I put on it was because I wanted it to be in my bathroom. So I put my graphic on, and there I am with my water again, and I'm wetting it down. And what I'm doing is I'm going back in there and rubbing all the paper off so that my graphic shows up and on this project. And you just keep rubbing till you get that desired look. And then once you do, then you're going to put a coat of Mod Podge on. Now, I don't know, I must have cut out that part of the video, but you're going to let this dry. And then I took a sanding thing to it and chipped away some of that paint because I want that country look to it, my project, the farmhouse look, I should say. So then I painted, after I did that, then I painted the front and back of that with a coat of Mod Podge to protect it. And you guys, this turned out so cute. Number 5, here we go. Now, I got this little sign from the thrift store as well, and it came in a set of 2, and I think I paid $1 for both of them. Not sure now, I don't remember. But I chose my graphic. Now this little sign, I didn't notice it until after I started painting it with the black chalk paint, but it's going to have little bubbles in it. But we're doing the farmhouse look, so I didn't care. And then after I painted it, then I went and painted it with my Rust-Oleum linen white chalk paint, and I let that dry, and then I put my graphic on. Now I just got through Mod Podging my graphic down, and there's a bunch of little bubbles in there. But that's okay, because this is going to turn out so cute. And you guys, yeah, there's a thumbs up. Now I'm going to take and rub the graphic off of the top. I don't know what I'm doing here. Yeah, I got paint on my fingers or something. So now I'm going to rub the graphic off and see how you can get it really bright. So you really got to take your time with this and just rub on it until you get it to the desired look that you want. By the time I got to this 5th project, I was really doing good with the graphics. Now, I wanted it to have more of a rustic look to it, so I went around the edges and sanded back some of that white paint until I saw the black paint. And then after that, okay, after I got it all sanded like I wanted it, then I made me a little bow out of that real thin jute cord that you get from the Dollar Tree, and you just wrap it around your fingers a couple of times, and then you make a loop around all of it and then tie it into a knot. And then once you take a knot off, then you can put it on. Now I decided that this needed a little bit something else, so I added some of that thicker jute cord that you can get from the Crafter's Corner at the Dollar Tree, and I put that on there next. And I go all the way around the sign, and then I glue my little bow on. And then once I get my little bow on, I got my buttons out, and I picked me out a button for the front of this. And you guys, I get all my buttons from my husband's old shirt so that he wears out and can't wear anymore. So this turned out so cute. And here we go with the final reveal. You guys, these projects turned out so cute. As you look at these projects, you can see that the first ones, I didn't quite get enough of that paper off. And as I got through the projects, I started getting more and more comfortable with it. So practice on some stuff first before you actually do this, because if you look at this last little sign, it's the one that really shined the most. Rise and shine. It's coffee time. That one turned out the nicest, but I love them all, and they just take a little practice to do, and they're so cute. Right, guys, we just finished our little projects, and here's the little magnet up close. You guys, these turned out so cute. These are 5 little projects that you can do, that you can make into gifts to give to that special someone. And you guys, will see you in the next video. And thank you all subscribers. We love you very much, and we appreciate you subscribing to the channel. And
some exciting things and squirrel. If you don't know what squirrel means, oh, it's like I'm sitting here describing something, and then all of a sudden I see something in the background, and my mind just goes, whoosh, squirrel. It's like a dog, and you yell squirrel, and they go chasing it. Get on with the video, and we'll see you later. No, we won't. No, stay. It's pretty cool. So we'll see you. Yeah, no. Let's get on with the video. Just a little bit. Yeah, beep. Next video. See you later. Bye.